Now that PSVR2 can officially be connected to a PC thanks to this PC adapter from Sony, it's time to reassess its value compared to the most popular consumer VR headset, Meta Quest 3. Which one is a better deal, and especially, which one is a better PCVR headset? Let's zoom in and look at their specs, starting with the display. PSVR2 offers better color contrast and true blacks due to its OLED display. In case you don't know, in OLED displays, the light is created from each individual pixel, which allows for perfect black levels and the most colorful image you've ever seen in VR. This is certainly true for PSVR2. The colors and the brightness are absolutely jaw-dropping and will impress any VR user who tries it. On the other hand, LCD displays found in Quest 3 are generally cheaper and of somewhat lower quality compared to OLED, even though in Quest 3 it still offers high resolution and solid performance. Still, the way LCD displays work is they use a backlight to illuminate the pixels, and that usually results in a less vivid image and difficulty displaying true black levels. When all pixels are illuminated, you can imagine that the black colors cannot be truly black, and they usually look more like dark gray, and the image certainly lacks that contrast that you can see in OLED. So while the resolution on Quest 3 is actually higher than on PSVR 2, the difference in colors and especially in blacks is extremely noticeable when you compare Quest 3 and PSVR 2 side by side. As for the field of view, both headsets are reporting about 110 degrees, but PSVR 2 allows you to adjust the visor and bring it a little bit closer to your eyes, which can make FOV even larger. And that definitely feels larger, but it might come at the cost of comfort for some users if the headset is too tight against your face. So while PSVR 2 is definitely a winner when it comes to display, it is not the case with its lenses. PSVR 2 has Fresnel lenses, which are notorious for distortions, having a smaller sweet spot, and that means that it's harder to get it right on your face to make everything look sharp all the time. I keep finding myself trying to adjust it and to get it right and to avoid any kind of blurring of the image. But Quest 3 has pancake lenses. Pancake lenses are light and slim, and they produce clearer image with fewer distortions compared to Fresnel. Things just seem much more in focus when I'm wearing Quest 3. Edge-to-edge clarity is definitely present here, and that is also true because of the resolution differences. The Quest 3's resolution of 2064 by 2208 pixels per eye and its advanced pancake lenses contribute to this sharper image with fewer distortions and a broader sweet spot compared to PSVR 2's Fresnel lenses with a resolution of 2000 by 2040 pixels per eye. Meta Quest 3 delivers a sharper and clearer image, especially in scenarios where fine details are important. However, the PSVR 2 still holds an edge in contrast and color depth due to its OLED technology. So you'll need to think about what's more important for you when it comes to choosing your headset. But whether you decide to go for Quest 3 or PSVR 2, one thing that you need to get no matter what is the prescription lenses. Prescription lenses is an amazing way to avoid using glasses while you're wearing a headset. The ones that I'm using are the lenses from VR Wave, the company that sponsored this video, and I actually keep wanting to collaborate specifically with this company because I've tried lenses from many different other companies, and I still found the quality of VR Wave lenses to be the highest for several reasons. First, it's very slim and skinny. You basically don't feel it at all when you're putting it on your headset. The second reason is that it's very secure. It has not 2 but 3 magnets that connect the base to the lens, and that provides ultimate security. It is not going anywhere. And lastly, it is very easy to install. Believe me, I've tried some lenses that actually damaged the original lenses on my headset during installation, and you definitely don't want that. So I've tested these lenses many times and I can vouch for their quality, and I'm sure that you will like them too, whether you need prescription or not, because if you don't need prescription, you can order plain lenses that are much cheaper, and they will still have the protective blue light filter so that your eyes don't hurt and you can sleep better after playing. They also have anti-glare protection, and in general it's really good to have these protective lenses that can literally save your original lenses from scratches. If you use my discount code that you can see on the screen, you'll get 5% off. I actually don't get any commission from this. I simply ask for this code because I want my viewers to have a better deal when they get these lenses. And now back to our review. Now let's talk about the PCVR Gaming modes. In addition to using a USB cable, Quest 3 lets you connect wirelessly through AirLink, which provides a significant amount of freedom during gameplay. PSVR 2 offers only wired connection, with an extra purchase of the PC adapter, of course. However, the Quest 3's wireless connection one does come with a trade-off, which is compression. Since it connects wirelessly, the video signal is compressed and it leads to a slight degradation in visual quality. Even with a wired connection, actually, just because it's using USB-C cable, there is still some level of compression involved. And that is because the USB-C connection, while offering a more stable and higher bandwidth connection than wireless, it still doesn't match the uncompressed direct connection provided by a DisplayPort used in headsets like PSVR2. The DisplayPort cable connection of PSVR2 transmits the video signal without the need for such compression, and that results in a sharper, clearer, and overall a nicer looking image. This can be particularly noticeable in areas with high detail, where the PSVR2 might render small text or intricate textures more clearly than Quest 3. I feel like this somewhat balances out the disadvantage of Fresnel lenses on PSVR2 versus pancake lenses on Quest 3, but it doesn't completely negate it still. The quality of the image on Quest 3 is still generally really good, especially with a high quality cabled connection, and combined with the clarity offered by the pancake lenses, VR gaming quality in Quest 3 is just really impressive. We also can't ignore the fact that establishing the connection on PSVR2 can be quite trickier than on Quest 3, which offers a more straightforward process. I made a separate video on how to connect PSVR2 to your PC, so if you're curious, the link is down below. Regarding the audio setup, PSVR2 lacks built-in speakers, meaning you're required to use external headphones to experience any audio. For me, this just introduces extra complexity and yet more cables to set up, which is a nuisance, especially compared to Quest 2, which not only allows you to play PCVR without cables at all, but it has a built-in audio speakers, so you're completely 100% wire-free. And now a quick word about comfort. In my opinion, both headsets are designed with comfort in mind, but the Meta Quest 3 stands out due to its modding potential. For example, this Bobo VR head strap that I'm using, I consider it the most comfortable VR head strap that I personally have ever tried, and it also has a battery pack at the back, but of course that doesn't matter for PCVR gaming. But with the PSVR2, it's still quite comfortable right out of the box thanks to its Halo strap design, but it lacks these modding options. The Halo strap does a good job of distributing weight across the head and is generally considered more comfortable than the default Quest 3 strap. However, without the option to modify or upgrade the strap, users are limited to the comfort level provided by the stock design. The only mod that I was able to do was attach the soft top strap to add more support to the headset, which honestly does make it a lot more comfortable. Regarding features, it's important to note that while PSVR2 shines on PlayStation 5, offering eye tracking, adaptive triggers, headset vibrations, and HDR, these features are notably absent when the headset is used with the PC, at least for now. The PC adapter only enables basic functionality, meaning that many of the PSVR2's most exciting features are left behind. This might not be an issue for many users, as most of Steam VR games don't take advantage of eye tracking anyway, but still it's a shame to have all these features just sitting there and not be able to use them. So while I mostly compare these two headsets based on their PCVR capabilities, when deciding which one to get, it makes sense to look at other features too. Quest 3's hand tracking and full color pass-through, and of course the standalone mode, add this extra layer of functionality to the headset. On the other hand, PSVR2 really shines when it's connected to PS5 because of the controller vibrations and adaptive triggers, the headset vibrations, HDR quality, and of course the eye tracking. So they each have their benefits and additional features within their respective domains. As for price, Quest 3 is priced starting at $499 for 128GB version, and if we're looking at it as a purely PCVR headset, then you don't need to worry about the storage room and you can go for this cheapest version. Even though I would still invest in a comfort strap, which can go anywhere between $30 and $100 depending on which one you get. You will also need a link cable to connect it to your PC if your Wi-Fi connection isn't strong enough. As for PSVR2, currently you can find it for $550 on their website, but you can also find it for for discounted prices at different retailers. You'll also need to get a PC adapter that costs $60 and a display cable. So unless you buy it on sale, PSVR2 is currently a more expensive option. Yet it is still the cheapest PCVR headset with a DisplayPort cable. Overall, when evaluating a Quest 3 and PSVR2 solely as PCVR headsets, if you prioritize visual fidelity and minimal compression, and you're willing to deal with a wired setup, then PSVR2 might edge out the Quest 3. But if ease of use, flexibility, and a more modern lens system are more important for you, then Quest 3 is likely the better overall choice for PCVR gaming. But when considering all functionalities of these headsets, I still think that the Meta Quest 3 emerges as a more versatile and user-friendly option. And don't get me wrong, I love my PSVR2. It really stands out with its OLED display, but the features that make this headset so unique and valuable are missing in PCVR setting. So if I were to choose a VR headset to buy between PSVR2 and Quest 3, I would go for Quest 3, purely based on the value for money. But honestly, I kinda love having both. Watch this video next for my first impressions using PSVR2 as a PCVR headset and a quick setup tutorial. I'll see you there.